Hey guys, Tyler Dowse here from Ty's Torque Talk. Today we're looking at the 2025. This is the Jeep Grand Cherokee L in the limited trim. But anyways, we're down in Plano, Texas at the Huffines Jeep Dodge Ram Chrysler dealership. Billy was nice enough to give us the vehicle for the day. So if you're in the area, need a new ride, shoot him a message down below. But anyways, Jeep Grand Cherokee L. So this is the L, the extended extra long wheelbase here. You get that third row seating inside of this one. And Grand Cherokee's been around since 1992. This is the 5th generation, my personal favorite generation, because I love the way that it looks, especially on the interior, which we'll get to in a little bit. But anyways, there we're gonna look around the outside, hop in, talk about the interior, go for a test drive, see how it performs on the road. Let's get to it. All right, guys, starting off the exterior. So we'll start off at the hood. You got these nice lines here right on the sides where it arches up a little bit towards the middle. It looks really good. And I'm liking the actual full shape of this Grand Cherokee, the 5th generation. When you look back at the 4th gen one, right, the edges, it was a little smoother, a little rounder on the edges, where this is a bit more boxy kind of style, more that rugged kind of Jeep sort of feel to it. I'm really loving it. It almost kind of reminds me of the shape of like a Range Rover in a sense. But anyways, coming on down here, we got our Jeep name right up front. We got our forward-facing camera with a little spritzer on it. I'll show you where that button is for that inside. Then we got our famous Jeep 7-slotted grill to show you can conquer all 7 continents of the world. And these are all functional in this middle section. But as we come to the side, we got some fake vents. They look good. If you jab some holes through it, maybe make them functional. I don't know why automotive manufacturers do that, but you got your little front park sensor right up on front there. A little bit of chrome work. Nice tasteful amount of chrome on the front here. You got that radar up front here for the adaptive cruise control setting. This is the Baltic gray color option. I really like the way that it looks. Headlight setup, we got our daytime LED turn signals and running lights. We got LED headlights, high beams, and fogs down below. Then coming around the side now, we're looking at 18-inch rims on Michelin tires. These are aluminum rims, and we also got our 5-coil suspension front and back. It's a really nice suspension. It drives so smooth and clean. It feels really good when you're cruising around inside here. But anyways, coming on back more, we got gloss black mirror caps. I really like that. I like that it's not like a cheap plastic. Kind of like how you have this here. I wish this was body color. I understand when you get up to the Overland or like the Summit trim, those 2 top dogs there, or the Summit Reserve, you're gonna get your body color wheel trim on those guys. So, you know, the rest of this vehicle looks great. If they hold back on that one little part, I'm not gonna be too mad at them. You got your Grand Cherokee logos here. You got your American flag down in chrome right down there at the bottom. And then you got your LED turn signals in those mirror caps and the 360-degree cameras in the bottom. You got your proximity key for your door handles. You stick your hand inside there, you can just touch the side and it'll lock it all up. While we're talking about that, have a look at this key fob. I'm loving this key fob. This is actually one of my personal favorite key fobs out there. It looks really good. It feels great. The buttons, when you click them, everything on them, it feels really premium. And you got nice metal work along the sides. It really makes it feel very premium. But anyways, 11.5 inches longer than the standard Grand Cherokee, being this L. So you got your 3rd row on back there. But anyways, you got nice kind of chrome trim that glides all the way throughout and goes consistently all the way over the back there. I really like that touch of chrome. I think that looks really good. We got our new backlights. Well, new for 2022. But anyways, they look really good. It's all LED, your LED reverse lights, brake lights, and running lights on here. You can tow with this guy. Our hitch is hidden right behind this. It's a plastic bumper. I really wish that they actually had like a painted body color bumper. You got your little chrome bit here. Some more fake vents. I don't even know why they throw those in there. It looks kind of silly to me. Really wish they didn't have that. They got your backup sensors, backup camera, big Jeep badge right there. And then we got our I really wish they would take this wiper arm and tuck it up here so you can't see it as much. It just really accentuates rear windows. It makes them look bigger and bolder. You also have a little spritzer on the backup, or actually this is the rear view mirror camera. Comes with a little spritzer on it as well too. But anyways, let's pop open this back hatch, see how much cargo room you get in your Grand Cherokee L. Okay, let's pop open this back hatch. So you can do it from the key fob, or there's a little button right underneath there as well too. But power lift gate, to close it, you got the button right there on the side. We'll have a closer look at that actually in a minute. But anyway, storage capacity, 17.2 cubic feet with this third row up. And you fold this guy down, you just got this little latch right here. Push it on down. It's not power, it's manual, but it is a nice flat floor. So 17.2 behind the third row, third row down, you had about 45 cubic feet. And then with that center row down, you get 84.6 cubic feet. Now that's really impressive for a mid-size SUV. Just for example, to compare it to, say for example, the full-size SUV 2025 Toyota Sequoia, which I have a video of if you want to go have a look at it, 1794 edition. It's a great looking SUV, but with the second, third row folded down, the total cargo capacity is 86.9 cubic feet, where this is 84. So only 2 cubic feet less in a mid-size versus full-size. But anyways, in the back here, like I said, you're all manual seats for folding them down. In the higher trim levels like the Overland and the Summit, you'll have buttons on the side and then they power on down. But this is fine, it's really quick. It's only one lever that actually folds the headrest and the seat down in one motion. So it's really easy and quick to do. You have a little storage cubby on down here. Right. In the higher trim levels, you'll get naturally an aluminum sill plate right here to slide stuff off of, but you got this kind of cheaper plastic here. But like I mentioned, completely flat flowing floor. You can slide items in and out really easily. You got these nice little pockets kind of right on either side of the very back end here. Here's that button there to close that back hatch. I like that they actually put it on the side of the interior here as opposed to actually up on the door. So it's easier to find. You can stay if it's raining outside. You don't have to go out here and look straight up into the rain pouring in your face. And then you get some power outlets, a couple tethering spots where you can hang stuff off of, and a few aluminum ones all placed all over the place here. But anyways, we'll close this up. Let's go hop over into the front seat now, see how comfortable your front passenger is. All right, guys, let's look at the interior now. So starting off at the door panel, you got that nice wood trim, that dark wood trim at the very top there. When we move up to like the Summit whatnot, it lightens up a little bit. I'm really liking this dark stuff though. And it's a very smooth, kind of like polished finish to it. But then you got that chrome plate right below it running along the side. And then you got leather there for your armrest. Then you got your speakers. They're very plain, just that cheap plastic looking, and it's not like a premium looking speaker by any means. But then you got your door bins at the very bottom. Good size. You can fit a little water bottle in there. It has the cup holder slot for it. Then coming on in now, no like Grand Cherokee or Jeep badging for a sill plate. We do have power seats here for your passenger, and very comfortable seats, I might add, as well too. Very plush, soft, great leather. I love the seats in this Grand Cherokee. They're extremely comfortable. Working our way up top, we got the full panoramic sunroof, goes all the way to the very back end. All the way to the back. I'm not going to pop the whole thing open, but anyways, we'll close that up. To the dash. So the dash, it's all leather up on top, on the front face. You got that nice wood there. And then you got that chrome that kind of works its way up here, you know, kind of waterfalls on down. It looks really sharp. I like that it bends. They don't kind of, you know, cut it off here and put a new piece going straight up. I like that they actually bend it up. It looks very premium. And then you got your glove box, nicely damped, slow motion opening. Close that up. Let's work our way in here actually at this gauge set, or at the infotainment screen now. So infotainment screen, just over 10 inches, right? So it's not the biggest out there, but it fits in here very nicely. I love the way they planted it in here. The one thing I hate about this whole setup is the amount of gloss black. You got fingerprints galore, dust collects. It looks so bad after, you know, when it's on the lot right now, it looks so good. It's clean, new, but that doesn't age very well. But anyways, 10-inch infotainment screen, very responsive. This is the Uconnect 5 system. It's super intuitive, fantastic screen. I love it. You got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all wireless on this guy. You can go in here, you got your you can click comfort, control all your temperature controls. But then you actually coming down, you have all the manual buttons for it, including the heated ventilated seats and heated steering wheel. When you get like the Ram pickup trucks, they don't have the buttons for the heated seats, steering wheel, ventilated seats on for manual buttons. It's all on the screen. But anyway, so I'm loving this. I love buttons. They're my favorite. I hope they don't get rid of them. I like that they're all blacked out with that gloss. I mean, that's gloss black and you don't get fingerprints, but it looks very good. You got that kind of rubber outlining on the tuning and the volume button. But anyways, overall, very, very nice screens. It's nice and quick. I like the home screen, how it's divided. You can get multiple screens up. It looks great. I love it. It could be a little bit bigger, but it fits into the dash. It integrates into the dash very well and looks great. Up top, you got a row of buttons, gloss black buttons. You got your pesky engine on and off button, your lane departure mitigation, traction control, hazard lights, park sensors, all that good stuff. But anyways, come on down to this section here. So you click that, nicely damped. It opens very nice and slow, looks and it feels premium. And the nice thing is you have this little sill plate here so you don't have to touch that gloss black and yucky it all up. You can just click that bottom part, keep it nice and clean. Then you got your wireless charging inside for one phone. Then you got your USB-A's, 2 USB-C's, and your auxiliary button there. And then you got a 12-volt power source right next to all that. Close that up. Working our way down. I like the dial in SUVs. I don't like it in pickup trucks. Like when you look at the Ram 1500s, they got the dial right there. I don't think dials belong in pickup trucks, but I think they're nice in USVs. It actually looks very good. And it's real metal. I'll put my microphone next to it. Real metal. So it's a very good premium feel when you twist it around. It's great. And then next to it, you got your drive mode selector here. So if you come on in, look at this. So you got your sport, snow, sand, mud. You can just control it by this little lever next to it. And then you got this kind of nice texturing around the cup holder. So you got your 2 cup holders, good size, ambient lighting inside there as well. And then center console. So center console, you got the shallow pocket up top. Come in, look how deep this guy is. You got a nice deep bin inside here. You got more of that ambient lighting inside. I wish they would put a charging port inside there. Neither one of them have like a USB-A or USB-C or anything. That's one thing that is missing, and that's wrapped in some nice leather. And right before we come to the driver's seat, one last bit, we got the digital rear view mirror. So I got that camera mounted right above the lift gate on the back end. But anyhow, let's come on over to the driver's seat, get a look at this cockpit view, have a look at the steering wheel gauge cluster setup. Come on over. Hey guys, driver's side time. So starting off at the doors here, exact same as the passenger, except you're gonna get your memory seating for 2 people. And over to the seats, we got power seats for the driver. And I didn't talk about them a whole lot on the other side, but they're so comfortable. Really nice, soft, plush leather. Like you can do nice long drives and be super comfortable in this thing here. You got great thigh support, all that. But anyways, let's have a look at the steering wheel, gauge cluster and everything here in this Grand Cherokee. So, steering wheel, left-hand side is going to control your 12.3-inch driver display screen here. So you're going to have your dials there for speed and RPMs, or you can go to this other mode where it's just digital, speed, and then your RPMs along the bottom. I prefer this one myself. But scrolling on down, your adaptive cruise control and active lane management screen. You got your vehicle info, trip info, 1 and 2, and then your off-road info screen, media, messages, settings, and back to our gauges. And then right-hand side is going to be your cruise control. Adaptive cruise control is adjusted right here on the left-hand side, and then your speed and everything on the right-hand side. I love the steering wheel here, right? Like the bit of chrome work they have, all nice leather all around, and you got your nice cross stitching throughout it as well too. The Jeep name right up front there, and then you have paddle shifters as well too on the back. Now let's have a quick look at the rear view camera. So you got your 360 cam on the left, backup cam on the right. You can toggle through your other views, full screen backup camera, full screen front, and then forward facing with the 360 there as well. But super high resolution. I like that they use the entire screen and they don't minimize it. It looks great. One feature I wanted to show you guys, I forgot to when we were looking at the passenger side. If you go to apps, you can click on fam cam. If you got kids in the back seat like we do right now, while we're filming, you can always get a nice clear view of them. And the camera is right up top there. And one last thing I want to show you right before we hop into the back seat with my daughter there is the drive mode selector. I just want to show you the animations for it. So you got your sand and mud, snow mode, auto, and sport on the bottom. But anyways, let's hop over into the back seat now. Check out how comfortable it is back there. Okay guys, back seat time. Starting off at the doors, just because these doors have something that the fronts don't, which is privacy blinds for your rear seating passengers. Other than that, door trim, everything. They brought the luxury to the back end. You got nice soft touch leather and stuff. Good sized door bin for a back seat. A little bit smaller than the front seat ones, but still good. But anyway, seating position inside of here. I have front seats set up exactly where I'd be. I'm 6 feet tall. I got a lot of leg room, right? You can actually move these seats around, right? I can recline them if I want. So it is very comfortable back here, but with it reclined all the way, I got a lot of leg room. I got a good amount of headroom as well too, even with the panoramic sunroof. With this guy pulled forward all the way, this is all the way. My knees are just touching. So if you want to give your third row passengers a little bit more leg room, there's a lot of wiggle room in which you can do that. But come on in here. So these are our captain's chairs for our middle row, which is awesome. This seat's actually pretty far back right now. Anyways, captain's chairs. You got armrests that flop down. They're not the ratchet kind. They just go down, stay right there. But still super nice seats in the very back. They're exact same as from the front. Footwells, everything like that. You're a good size. You got a lot of real estate you can wiggle your legs around in. You got some nice back seat pockets here. They're like the netting pockets. You got 2 cup holders right here. And you also got one in each door bin as well. You got that piano black, which I'm not liking, especially when the kids in the back seat are gonna be touching this all up, getting it all fingerprinted and covered in dust and whatnot. But it's a 3-zone climate control, so you can control your own climate here, your fan speed in the back seat. You got a couple vents here, and you got some more actually on this column here by the door. But and you also have heated seats, so 3 stages of heated seats for your middle row passengers. And then, so like I mentioned, the cup storage there, you have a little kind of cubby right there as well too. You can put some phones, and then you got your charging all at the very bottom. So you got your home power source, 2 USB-A's, 2 USB-C's. But then anyway, so I want to show you that third row now. So to actually get in there, it's a little bit more difficult than like say other like larger vehicles like full-size SUVs. So basically you fold this seat down. The problem is it doesn't like flip up or anything to make it really simple to get into it. The most you can do is just slide this back. So for me personally, it's almost easier with this up and then kind of coming in here and going through the middle. But it depends on how flexible you are. I'm not as flexible as I was when I was a kid. So it's harder for people like me to swing our legs up into it. But I'll keep this down and I'll go sit in the back. So this is with this seat pushed all the way back right now. And I actually have, my legs aren't touching, which is kind of nice. I don't have any room to put my feet. I can stretch my left leg out, which is nice. But then like I said, this center row passenger, ouch, my hand caught in there, can slide their feet up a bit, or slide their seat up a bit, and I actually have a bit of leg room I can move around in. But anyways, same seats as before. You got nice soft touch material here. It's not leather, but it's cushiony. The rest is obviously the cheaper plastic, but you have dedicated air vents right here and on the bottom of the window here. You got a USB-C and a USB-A right next to me, a cup holder, no armrest, but that's fine for a third row seat. I'm not expecting that, but it actually is comfortable here. The thing is, this is a mid-size SUV and I have headroom. My head's not touching. That's actually very impressive. To be honest, for a long car ride, I could do a long car ride in the third row of this Grand Cherokee. I'm very pleased with how this looks. But anyways, that's enough of the interior. Let's hop back outside, pop the hood on this beast, see what's powering this Jeep Grand Cherokee. Okay, let's pop the hood here. So, strut assist going up, no pop rod, loving it. It's kind of neat actually inside here. You have these like little fences. If you come and look closely here, they're like little fences that stop like leaves from actually pouring into the engine. I thought that was kind of funny when I popped the hood on this. But anyways, what's powering this Grand Cherokee? So this one is the 3.6 liter V6 Pentastar, naturally aspirated. It's been pushing out 293 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque. This is my personal favorite, well, one of my favorites, I guess I should say, engine options for the Grand Cherokee, mainly because the Pentastar has been around for a million years, right? The longevity that you're gonna get out of this guy is probably the best engine option that you can get for it. And honestly, the power output, your fuel economy, things like that are great. This is actually the most fuel efficient V6 engine manufactured in North America while producing the highest amount of horsepower in the naturally aspirated segment. But anyways, you can also go a 2-liter turbo engine power plant, or you can do 2-liter turbo hybrid in the 4xe, pushing out 375 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque, or you can do the 5.7-liter Hemi V8 at 395 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque. But anyhow, I say let's get behind the wheel now, take this out on the road, see how it drives on the road. Okay, everybody, here we are driving Grand Cherokee L. Let's see how it goes. We're gonna start off, I'll put this into sports mode right now. Get a little acceleration here. See how powerful this Pentastar engine is. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, see, that's a good amount of power. See, it's just a naturally aspirated V6. Thing is, if you want more juice, you can always go up to that 4xe, the 5.7 V8, all that stuff. But this is a good amount of power, right? Like if you need a, you know, if you're passing somebody on the highway, you have no problem at all doing that. Just cruising around town, you just want to, you know, ripping around town. It's a fun. The vehicle, it feels light when you're driving it, and the Pentastar engine is absolutely no slouch. I've always been a really big fan of this engine. But other than that kind of stuff here, let me just actually switch it back to auto mode for our drive mode now, and just cruise around this. It just, you feel right away the steering wheel loosens up a bit. When you're in sport mode, it's really nice and tight, extra responsive. Same with that throttle. The gas pedal, like it holds those RPMs up a bit more, and you get that really, really quick reaction time there with picking up speed when you floor it in this thing. But overall, you know, the drive is very comfortable. The coil spring suspension feels great. It's nice and quiet. You do get a little bit more of the sound dampening features when you go up to the higher trims, like in your Overland and the Summit Reserve. It's a little bit quieter inside, but this, in the Limited, in my opinion, this is kind of your best bang for buck Grand Cherokee, right? You get all your main luxury amenity type features to make you extra comfortable while driving, but then just not at such a high price tag. The other ones, yeah, you're gonna get a couple more, like I said, the sound dampening features and whatnot to make it that extra little bit quiet inside here. Like this doesn't, for example, have dual pane windows, which you get in your Overlands or your Summits. But you have dual pane panel sunroof in this guy. This is acoustic glass for like your windshield and stuff. So it is, I'm not saying it's loud in here. It just, you know, I've been in a lot of vehicles, like, and I have a test drive video of the Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit. So if you want to watch that and hear me talk about how it's seriously, it's like dead quiet in that thing. Like it feels like you're not in a Grand Cherokee. It feels like you're in like a luxury vehicle of some sort. But this, it's no slouch. Like, it's just the engine, you got a good amount of power. The suspension feels great. It is nice and quiet in here. The one thing I do like about the higher trim levels is you get the more premium sound systems. Like you get the, like in the Summit and the Overland, as an optional equipment, you get that Macintosh sound system, which would be really nice to have in this Limited. But other than that, man, everything is great here. I love this driver display screen. You know, the animations, everything is really sharp. It's bright and looks great. The infotainment screen, super intuitive, easy to use, and I don't even really have to take my eyes off the road to adjust the temperature in here because they're manual buttons, which I love as well. So overall, I'm really liking the Grand Cherokee. Right, I could use this no problem as a daily driver and be more than happy with it. But anyhow, let's take this on back to the dealership, wrap up this test drive. I'll see you back outside the vehicle. Okay guys, that has been the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. Really curious to hear your thoughts. Is this Grand Cherokee Gen 5, is this your favorite generation of all time for the Grand Cherokee? Really curious to know. Let me know down there in the comments. But anyhow, if you are not a subscriber, sorry, my daughter is over there making hilarious noises. But anyways, if you're not a subscriber already, hit that like, subscribe, share, comment, all those buttons down below. If you are a subscriber, thanks for following me, supporting the channel. Really appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.